teacher and everyone at Satya School. I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to send you a video about gymnastics so that you guys can teach all the people at Satya School how to do gymnastics. Before you start doing gymnastics, it's really important that you stretch first. When you stretch, you want to stretch for at least 15 minutes, and stretching helps prevent any injury while you're doing gymnastics. I will teach you some basic stretches so that you're able to teach the children how to stretch. So the first step is to stretch. I will show you some stretches that can help the children. Sit down and point your toes up to the ceiling and take your fingers and touch your toes. Count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now do the same stretch, but point your toes, like this. Reach for your toes and then count to 20 again. Those are really good ways to stretch your legs. Some other stretches you can do is sit in a straddle. Now reach to your right foot and count to 20 again. When you're done with that, stretch to your left foot and count to 20. You can also point your toes and do those stretches again. After you stretch to both sides, take your hands and put them in the middle and count to 20 again. After you do that, you want to stretch your ankles. A good way to do that is just to roll your ankles like this. It's good to do that with your hands too. After you do that, place your hands on the mat towards yourself and stretch your wrists. Count to 20. After you count to 20, put the backs of your hands on the mat and count to 20 again. After you stretch your wrists, it's really important to also stretch your arms. Some stretches you can do is when you take your arm and put it across your chest and hold it with your other hand and then count to 20. Do it again with your other hand. When you're done with that, another stretch for your arms is putting your arm behind your head, pushing your elbow down with your other hand and counting to 20. Now do with your other hand. Count to 20. I will now teach you how to stretch your stomach muscles. Put your hands on the ground and look up to the sky. Make sure your back is arched and count to 20. When you're done with that, put your hands on the ground and lean backwards. You can repeat that 2 times to stretch your stomach. If you want to stretch your side muscles, a good way to do that is to straddle your legs, put your hand in the air, and lean over to one side and count to 20. To stretch the other side, do the same thing with the other hand and count to 20. You can do any stretches you want. Just make sure that all the muscles in the body are stretched before you start gymnastics. If you want to think of other good stretches to do for your body, you can think of different yoga poses. I know the children at Satya are very good at yoga, so you can always have them do that before you start gymnastics. After you stretch, the second thing you want to do is teach the children basic gymnastics tricks. One of the things I worked on them with were somersaults. This is something that most of the children will be able to do. I will show you how to do a somersault. Stand on the edge of a mat. Mats are very important to have to make sure that the children don't get hurt. Put your feet together, your hands in the air, and make sure your chin is tucked down to your chest so that you don't hurt your neck. Place your hands on the ground, your chin to your neck, and do a somersault like that. I'll show you one more time all together. Thank you. I will show you some other moves now too. Now my friends will show you how to do a bridge. Sarah will show us how to do a bridge. The first thing you want to do is lay down on the ground on your back. Make sure your hands are by your ears, flat on the mat, and push up with your hands and feet. If the children need help with the bridges, you can help by pushing up on their mat. If they can do it on their own, that's fine too. See that Sarah's hands are by her head and her feet are close towards each other on the other end. Thank you. The last trick I'm going to show you is called a cartwheel. I will demonstrate how to do it first and then I'll explain after. What you do for a cartwheel is put your feet in a lunge position like this, bend the front leg and keep the back leg straight. Put your hands in the ear by your head and place your hand on the ground, first hand on the ground, your second hand on the ground, and flip your feet over. The children might look like this when they do it at first, which is perfectly fine because they'll learn over time to kick their legs up higher so it goes over their head like this. An easy way for the children to remember how to do a cartwheel is remember hand, hand, foot, foot. Because when you're doing the cartwheel, you put a hand on the ground, another hand on the ground, the first foot, and your second foot. So the pattern is hand, hand, foot, foot. Another fun thing you can do with the children is have them walk on a balance beam. If you don't have a balance beam available, you can look for a straight line, or you can make a straight line with tape. Just put the tape down on the mat and make your own balance beam. When you're done putting the tape down, it's important to teach the children they have to have both feet on the balance beam at the same time. Teach them to put one foot in front of the other foot and put their hands out to the side to help with balance. Once the people you're teaching learn how to walk on a straight line very well, you can teach them how to do different tricks as they're walking, such as kicking their feet high in the air, or maybe pulling their knees up. You can also teach them how to turn. If they get really good at that, you can even teach them how to do a cartwheel on the straight line. Thank you. I'll show you one more time different tricks you can do. You can get pretty creative while on a balance beam, and the teachers can think of all different tricks to teach the children. You can do anything like jumping in the air and landing on the balance beam, doing different turns, or any trick you would like. So just have fun and be creative. If you have a small trampoline available at the school, you can teach the children how to do different jumps on it. One of the jumps you can do is a tuck jump where you bring your knees up to your chest. I'll show you how to do it. I'll do it one more time. Another jump you can do is a straddle jump, like this. You can also have them jump straight like this, or you can do a pike jump where you put your feet out straight in front of you like this. That is everything I have to show you today. If you would like anything else, I can send you more videos. Some reminders are to stretch before you do gymnastics for at least 30 minutes. Also, it's very important that the children are supervised during the gymnastics to make sure they're doing all the tricks the right way so they do not get hurt. Also, it's so important that they just have fun and enjoy themselves while they're doing gymnastics. Thank you so much.